All right, welcome to Brantcast. I got a few of my homeboys here. I got Jag the Apostle, my guy, and I got Mr. Means over here. And they're about to spit something for you, so sit the fuck back and listen.
First. Alright, yeah.
The saga begins.
Yeah.
If full force, team will go
This is all for the self-titled. Saga begins. Coming soon. Hit y'all with these bars real quick.
Now calligraphy.
Make sure I get it right. Yo. They told me I'd never amount to nothing, but once I took into account the amount of people that's suffering and wondering when things is gonna be on the up and up again, I reply with a chuckle and grin, like where the fuck you been? You don't see the conditions of the position that they stuck you in? Lacklust, ashes to dust, we just dust in the wind, going where the wind blows, lacking accurate info, but all that bad karma go back to the craft of tenfold. Can't be bought, can't be sold, I've been taught, can't be told, I've been in more hot and tighter spots than a camel toe. About that action, you can have the lights and the cameras though, cause once they yo cut, I still stand for what I'm standing for. Had this plan back when I was hand to hand and grams of blow. In the van, stranded on foreign land with nowhere to go. I've been on this militant shit since 20 years ago. Let us go, or we wildin' out like Nick Cannon show. Begin war, you already know what it is. Yeah. Mean.
Yeah. Political machine, secret ceremonial plate, cooperate, enslave every race. Stimulus packet, hush money, powerful weight. Race wars divide and deflate. Dismantle my man, my people, kids, influence, economic state. How much more can we take before we break? Power in the streets, be the people. Infrastructure, ball holes, stitch with a strong needle. I have to rebuild the union, take care of my people. Corporate care, only for the body label legal. If you paid attention, you see how they really treat you. 1917 film plan, painted on easel. The plan, devour people, platforms, a stable, wobble and weevil. Premeditated, a man's hand and mislead you. Powerful pen push to see through, predict the next sequel. Radiation.
Hell yeah. This nigga crazy. Yeah, that's it. Bars on you, son. That's it. That's all there is for that one.
Yeah, man.
What you want to do the headphones?
Oh, we doing the
Shit, I
headphones.
forgot, man.
Y'all sleeping on me already.
Oh, we
You see,
forgot the headphones.
They don't even want to be on my podcast. You know what I mean?
I knew
They're
what
ready
it
to go
was.
already.
Trying to make sure you's on your shit.
X gonna give it to you. You know what I mean?
All right, I don't know. We can start if y'all got anything that you really want to get up off your chest. We can start with whatever. But if
Yo, let me tell you why I'm mad, son.
Tell you why
All
I'm
these
mad.
Say, nah.
Tell you why I'm mad.
I mean, I know. Go ahead. You set it off, man. You good talk. You better talker than I am.
let's start with your construction company. I want to hear a little
Construction
bit. Yeah,
company?
just because I did construction most of my life, I just want to hear a little bit about what it is, what made you want to do a construction company, and I don't know, just a little bit about it on the headache it is, because my buddy's got one, and I almost thought, like, okay, well, I can get this going, then possibly jump into construction and jump into this. Like, I like
Right.
to be jumping into everything that I know what to do, and I don't know how to do everything, but I can do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of the way it was with me. I didn't know how to do everything either, but I was pretty good at business. So, you know, I was working with other people, realized, you know, that most of the employers I was working with really wasn't giving me the opportunity I really needed. You know, coming from the background that I did, you know, getting out of jail and things like that, they basically weren't giving me my shot, you know. So, you know, the hourly wage just wasn't cutting it. So what I did was I decided to start my own thing. But that was only after, after work, that these customers, for the people that I was working for, them same customers were actually pulling me to the side and saying, hey, I don't like the way that this company's orchestrated and the way they're doing things. Would it be possible if you came back to my house and actually, you know, threw a toilet in for me, or did a floor, or did some base molding and trim and stuff like that? So I said, yeah, you know, and then that kind of like snowballed to where I actually had side work and I wasn't able to actually get up in the morning and go to work. So then what I decided to do was like take the leap and kind of cut off my regular employment, and then just jumped in both feet. Started doing work on the side. That snowballed, and went to the city building, talked to city officials, and then they gave me the avenue, and got my LLC and that, got my contractor's license. I had to go do all kinds of exams and all that. It took me like 2 years just to get legit.
I didn't know
real,
it was all.
for real.
Hey, I heard you say something about LLC. This is something I want to know, and I'm sure people listening, probably want to know the same thing. Can you school me a little bit on LLC? Because listen, I know this. I'll tell you what I know about LLC. I know I want to get one, and like you gotta have a business name, and then there's like different levels of LLC that you can pay for.
Right.
Now, I know you don't want to go with the cheapest one. I know you want to have the one. I forget what it was that it comes with. But now, what can you do with the LLC? Do you know, like you see what I'm saying? Like if I had an LLC with what I got going on here, even though I ain't making money, at the end of the year, can I file? Can I start? You know what I mean? Can I like claim this shit that I bought on here?
Yeah. Everything will be a tax write-off. So, like for instance,
including a car and everything, though, right? Just as long as I say
everything. Yeah.
See,
If you put that in the business name, like I have
it's all
vehicles
part of
that
the
are in the business name, and it's a tax write-off. You know what I mean? But as you know, vehicles they depreciate. But things like this, the technology that you actually need to operate, it's all a tax write-off. Obviously, you just gotta have a receipt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To file in. But the LLC is just like a limited liability corporation. So that just helps you to withhold your personal assets without them being
so
in
it's
jeopardy.
your little
separate.
safe.
And
keeps
doesn't
you
it
safe.
don't you start with like no credit, but no credit's better than fucked up credit.
That's correct.
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
because it's like a DBA. And DBA means doing business as. So you'd be like doing business as, your podcast name. You know what I mean? But under your name. So that means you could do a sole proprietorship, which that's the most common and easiest one to filter through. But if anything ever happens, your personal assets are in jeopardy.
Now another question: you have like an accountant and stuff with that?
We do have an accountant. Shout out to my wife, Jen Means, love you, babe. Now she does all our accounting, our quarterlies and all that. But we do have an accountant that we take in the fiscal year on the annuals that actually run over everything and legitimize it.
Now could you answer me one question? I know this is kind of really digging deep, but say I'm not really profiting. Would it still benefit for me to get an LLC in your mind?
It will, because, I'm going to jump forward a little bit. Creating this new company, Calligraphy LLC, right now we're in a loss. We're definitely in the red. We're not making any money right now, but that's a good thing, because in your first year to 3 years, the state itself actually gives you that time to build yourself up.
Oh, okay. Now, did they automatically? Now you were able to use like your credit line from what you already had going on, though, right?
I did everything, I came in. I didn't get no bank loans, nothing. I took all my cash that I made out on the job, and I just recouped and threw it right back in. You know what I mean? So I paid bills, and then I sat with nothing in my pocket but lint and just put it all back into the business. That was the best thing to do.
Now say like, but you do have like now you could get credit now. Like you have
Yeah, your business.
See, I'm not saying I'm trying to get credit, but I'm just saying like for instance, if I need credit for something to get this like up and moving, if I went and got an LLC and I got like whatever, I don't know which. You'd have to kind of school me, maybe talk sometime after the podcast and talk about like which one to get. If I got that LLC, like my credit sucks now. Does it have anything to do with the credit that I already have?
It kind of does, but at the same time, no. You can start that LLC with bad credit. It's just
then they would probably give me like a small loan, and then I'd have to keep building it kind of like you do with your credit, or is that like?
The only thing that sucks is they ask. Most banks ask. They won't say this to you, but most banks ask for 2 years of tax returns.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they want to show. They want to see that you're actually gaining profit.
Okay, so I'd be.
So usually in that case, even if you're at zero in your first year or two, they consider that good.
Right.
So if you put so much money in, if you're not like 50,000 in a hole in the red, they actually, and if you're at zero, or even if you made $5, they consider that a win. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And there are a lot of programs set up too to help LLCs.
There are a lot
when you have LLCs, like there's like Like, yeah, you can
Yeah,
talk
'cause
to, you can talk to certain people that will help you. You know what I'm saying? Get loans and things like that. Like,
All right, because because I know I looked into like the LLC. I've been wanting to get an LLC, and then this will be down the road, but I want to look at even like the life insurance policies, and like I want to do this. Like I feel inside of me, for me, anybody watching, everybody looking might not think it, but I feel at some point there's going to be a time that I'm gonna need to do something with the money I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you
I
should.
know,
Yeah.
I know that I ain't gonna stop. Like you can't stop me at doing whatever I do, and I love what I'm doing, so it makes a difference. You know what I mean?
Gives
Yeah.
you that push.
Like
Makes
it
you
ain't
push
really
to do
like
it.
it's
That
not
sounds
about
like,
money, but it's gonna become about money at some point. You know
Right,
what I
it
mean?
will.
And
It always
I
does.
just, yeah,
You
like,
seem driven.
so-
Yeah, you definitely seem driven.
Well, that's the
and,
thing. If
know,
you chase what you get, and the money is just a byproduct of
Yeah.
it. Like that's what it is. Like that's the whole success thing. It's like if you, like the success is, it's not a value on it. There's not a dollar sign on that shit. Like if you complete your task, the money's gonna come. It's there. Like it's just gonna come. Like you ain't gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you focus too much on the money, that's what throws everybody off. Cause
absolutely.
it'll get you aggravated. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see how much shit keep costing. Every time you get something, you gotta pay for something else. I mean, they always do that. That's why I hate all that shit for real.
Well, and
That's what they do. It's always something. You'll be like, oh,
why
I'm
he
good.
let
I
me
paid
deal
for
with
this.
it.
I paid for this. I'm good. And then, like, as soon as you pay for that, they'll be like, oh yeah, now you need $100 for this document. Like, you asshole
That's what
mother.
they
well, and
do.
even the thing
They do.
is like I don't make great money, but I always thought, once I get to this certain amount of money, I'll be good, and then I get to that money, like I'm good at saving if I want to save, so I saved, bought the bike, and I'm like I needed something that would give me that rush. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm almost an adrenaline junkie in a way, so
Yeah,
I wanted
that's
that
how I
rush,
am, yeah.
so I had the bike, and then I'm like, didn't get bored with it, but I'm like, man, okay, well, what's next? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's the car, and then it's a TV, or then it's like I'm trying to buy happiness, and it don't work like that. And I did learn one thing. I did learn one thing definitely is, life's about family, about this right here, friendship.
Yes.
And I consider y'all. I've
Yes.
always considered you family.
Man,
You know what I
you
mean?
already
And
know
I
we
that
family.
You're family now too. You
Right.
Know, so I have to deal with that. So,
Yeah.
but I just really think that people should work together as a unit, like we was talking, and family's a big thing, friends is a big thing, and your happiness, live your dreams. That's why I like the hoodies I gave y'all. They say dream big on them, because I think people get cut short. I think kids get cut short. I think
They do.
I think we build real good slaves for work. That's
There
what we
you
do.
That's
go,
it.
man.
Nah,
That's what it
it.
comes
Robots.
down to.
And that's another thing too
Yeah.
with dreams, is that people got to realize is like, don't go for an artificial dream, which is what is always presented to you. Like somebody will see somebody on TV and be like, "That's what I want." No, you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. It just looks fun.
Yeah, but what do they
because
do?
usually the person in that position doesn't even
No.
want it. Like they're just stuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we look at these cats on TV, you swear they happy. They're like, yeah, them motherfuckers
That's
go
just what
home and
you
be
see.
ready to end it, because they're not happy.
Because
when
most
you get
people
to that
just
point,
looking at
yeah.
it like, possessions and money, and look what he has. You know what I mean? And you want to talk about success, like you said, success is for real helping out people that need help, helping out your family. I mean, how many millionaires you know that don't even help out their own family?
Right. Success
That
is
ain't
waking
success.
up
Just
happy.
'cause you a millionaire
Success
don't mean
is
you
if you
think
can
you got
roll up out
success.
your bed
Yeah.
and you ain't got, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I wake up, I be happy as shit. Like
It's
I
the
got
journey.
all
I feel
my
like
kids
that
is
now,
healthy.
too. Yeah,
my
I
woman
feel
love
like
me. Like that's like shit. I don't really need much else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's about it.
And it's the journey. It's like the journey of even anything. And I want to put it like this. Even when I decided to start this podcast, I had none of this was built. This room,
Right.
nothing, none of this was here. None of it.
Right.
I had this computer and that little camera out over there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hit on Facebook. Who wants to do a podcast? And I hit on there, and what it is, I created a problem, a good problem. Rick hit me back, and I know Rick. To me, Rick's a good dude and a big name. To me.
Absolutely,
so
man.
I was
Absolutely.
like, I said,
shout
okay.
out Rick.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
Rick.
out.
I appreciate
Hey.
you coming, man. Love you, man. But I look at it as I created a problem. Now, by creating that problem, I had a deadline that I needed to get everything finished so I could solve that problem.
Right.
Now it's
Right.
time to create another problem. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
these are all
It's a
good
good
problems.
problem, like you said, good problem. Yeah.
And you know, I read these books, man. These books are crazy. I'm telling y'all, need to get into reading some of this stuff.
Oh, no, I'm a
it's
nerd.
it's powerful. Even though you know, even the
that.
48 Laws of Power is you know, a lot of people can say, oh, that's manipulation. But listen, all manipulation ain't bad manipulation. And to be honest, everybody is just using each other. It's just you don't like you don't. It's in a friendly way. Does that make sense?
Well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
because
Like,
it
that's just
isn't
how-
Taking
so much as
advantage in a good
using
way.
Yeah.
as coinciding. That's what it is. It's like you're not using somebody if you all have the same goal. It's not
Absolutely.
using. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just like one human body is one thing. But there are so many things that make that human body that one
Components.
thing. Like
Yeah,
it's not
different
just one
components.
thing. Like you
Yeah.
cut a finger off, that's not the same body. Like you know what I'm saying? It's got to move different after that. You know what I mean? Like so that's how you can look at that type of thing. Is like it takes a group to do anything.
every
Like
piece
no
is
one person
important.
has done nothing all by themselves ever. No matter who says it, they didn't. There's nobody. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's giving you some help, some love, or something to make you keep going. Whether it be just a person patting you on the back when you need it. That's help. Like so nobody does nothing themselves. So people can get that out their heads. Like, oh, I did it myself. No, you didn't.
No.
You didn't. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You gotta have people with you. Like whether it could be an enemy. It could be a person that's against you.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's still your fuel.
Yo, you
that's
can
still
learn-
the
you
fuel
can learn
that made
wisdom
you
from a fool.
to make you
Definitely.
accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like so yeah, you always
Learn
you
life
need,
lessons
you need
from a
somebody.
fool.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
always need somebody.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing I want to ask is there anything that like when you decided to get that LLC and spend that money and do all that, was there like a almost like a aha moment that you was like, look, like I gotta change something, like I want to do what I love. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want to try to get people to know that, like, you know, do what you love. It don't matter if, like, take the chance. Take the chance. Everybody, like, I see, you know, I think so I was talking to somebody in my job, and I think they kind of got butthurt or mad when I'm like, look, I don't want to be 60, 70 years old and looking back at my life and say shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I didn't do, you know, I just like slid along, like playing it safe. You know,
Right.
like, I don't want to play it safe.
That's what most people do is play it safe, because the program is when you go to public school is get in where you fit in, and you know you got a guidance counselor. Your guidance counselor is supposed to guide you to the direction of where your skill set is. Well, I know me being in school, my guidance counselor didn't do nothing but take me out of classes because I wasn't, you know, fitting in, and then put me in other classes instead of saying, yo, you're better at this
Right.
than you are at that.
But
This
they're
is what
not
you should be
looking
doing.
because look, they're not
So-
looking for your skill set. They're looking for the
their
skill
skill
set
set, yeah.
that you'll be good for them.
Right.
Like for how you're going to benefit them.
Yeah.
Like they're like, you're
So people
pretty
like us will
smart,
fall
but
through the
I
cracks.
think you can lift that box a little better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so people like us
lift
will
that
fall
box
through
up.
the cracks.
We're
And then if we fall through the cracks, then we are what they decide is, you know, we're criminals. I mean, because they depend on that. We fund the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? My man Russell Crowe on American Gangster said it perfect. Y'all need to check that out. He said that shit right. It gives judges, lawyers, politicians, all that. Puts money in the pockets. It's just a full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But,
a game, man.
You know, I mean,
game.
like starting a business, that's what I used to tell people too, because everybody told me that it wasn't possible. You know, I had certain family members say, you know, we're not elites like them. You know, we're not fortunate to have money like them, so we'll never be nothing. So I heard that my whole life. So that was something that I always fought against. So, you know, being out on the street doing my thing out there, I was trying to make it big and do my thing. But I realized like that shit was never gonna happen. So step back, you know what I mean? Going through the whole system, doing that, and then, you know, getting them jobs. But I was thinking like you. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, most people, what they do, they're like, oh, well, I'll get to retire at 65. And
be
you know,
miserable.
I'll get my pension.
And be
and then,
miserable.
Yeah,
Man.
totally miserable, man. Everybody that I know. There's
Yeah.
people that hate me. My neighbor, I know he ain't going to see this, but my neighbor,
I'm about to give it to
yo,
you.
my neighbor will
Man,
come up
fuck his neighbor.
and be mad. My neighbor be mad, be like, why ain't you working at 7 a.m. and coming home at 6 p.m.? And well, I found an avenue where I was able to get out of that. I did that. I grinded for like 13, 14 hours a day building my business. I was out there doing my thing, didn't take lunches and shit. I just had like a 3 to 5 year program in my mind. I was like, all right, couple years I'm gonna be doing this, couple years I was gonna be doing that. I spoke it into existence. And then I was able to kind of drop it back, you know what I mean? And I got office staff, I got project managers, I got crews out there working. Shout out, by all means, and more crews, man. I wouldn't be nothing without y'all. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, going back to who your people are, man. That's why we do. I treated everybody great. My employers used to treat me like shit. I had one employer that treated me good, but the rest of them treat me like shit. I vowed to never do that to any of them. And it's been 13 years in June this year. This year, June, will be 13 years, and we're going strong still. But then, like you talk about something you love to do, you know, music is my thing, man. I love music. We did music back in the day, and I had to cut it loose because, you know, I had a newborn daughter coming, and, you know, had to do that responsible thing. So that's when I did the other business. But after this flew, and it's good, you know what I mean, that we decided to do another business. So that's when me and this cat got together, and Calligraphy LLC was born, you know what I mean, 6 months out, you know what I'm saying? So,
and you know what's crazy is, like what I'm doing, this is why I'm about to get a little corny. I appreciate y'all because, listen, man, like there's, no, I'm just telling you, there's people that I think should be supporting me that I really don't feel like even believe in me, and they think this is just
no, we feel the
dumb.
same way about us.
Like people, like, and it's just like, well, you did what you love. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna put it about, but I'm just gonna say that, like, you're either doing what you love or you did what you love. I hate my life, you know what I mean? Right. I'm not gonna hate my life. I want to do something I love. I want to enjoy it. Even my old lady said, you know, the other day, she's like, you know what? She said, ever since you started doing that podcast and everything, like, you just been a different person. You've been happy. You've been like things have changed for everything, and it's because I'm actually enjoying my life. Like, I'm tired of being miserable, and you know, like I with even the problems I had in my past, a lot of them come from I was just miserable. You know what I mean? I was so miserable. At least you know what I mean? I can try to not be miserable.
But when you're miserable, all you want is everybody else to be miserable. You don't want nobody to be happy. Like
misery loves company.
That goes back to how you said people that ain't supporting you. It's the same thing. Like they really love you. Don't get it twisted. These people fucking love you. But what it is that they are so miserable, they don't want you to not be miserable, because that's like I'm saying that's like your connection. Well, so they don't see you being, so instead of like having the mentality to like seeing you step up, make you be like, you know what, I need to get on my grind. Yeah. Like, most people will just sit back and be like, oh, he ain't gonna make it. Well, he ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do it. I heard that my whole life. Like, oh man, you too old to be rapping. I rap better than any of these young niggas. I'll put money on it. Bring it. And I tear y'all little niggas up, flat out.
Hey, that's a shout out to
that's real shit. So I'm just saying, don't let nobody tell you that shit, because like if you can do it, you can still do it. Like if you're fucking 70 years old, but you can still fucking lift a refrigerator by yourself, that don't mean you stop lifting refrigerators. Yeah. That means you keep fucking lifting them motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they try to dictate that with an age.
Don't tell me what to do.
That's the whole program of the higher power anyway, is to make kids think that once they reach a certain age, you ain't shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like once you 40, 45, you should have some kids, you should settle down. You want to get fat, you want to get lazy, do that.
Right.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. You ain't shit. No. In a political, professional manner, they make you seem like, you know, you ain't worth nothing in a professional
and you know, I think another big thing is a lot like a lot of, even when I was a kid, I could never see, you know, you could watch TV, you can do whatever you want, you can think this, dream this. But when I was a kid, I think the farthest I could dream is the best that my parents was doing. You see what I'm saying?
Wow,
so,
right.
I only saw that far. I never saw any
That's the shit I heard all the time.
To really,
man.
like my best dream was to take over my dad's business. You know what I'm saying? Construction.
Right, yeah,
that was like that. I just couldn't see any further than that. And I think that's the wrong way to go. That's why I try to tell my kids, you know, you need to start now. I keep telling them like you can't wait. Don't wait until, you know, you graduate, then you're in college, don't even know what you really want to do, and then you go fuck it off, and then you end up, you know what I mean, in a bad situation or not in the spot.
Yes.
Like, start living your dream, and if whatever your dream, if your dream's basketball, if your dream's football, that means you better grind. Like, you better do like, Kobe Bryant did. You better work that hard.
Every day, you know every day, all day. If that's what you love and that's what you say you're going to do it. That's the thing. Like it is like everybody thinks shit is easy. Like everybody just thinks you going like that's
Yeah,
how
it's
people.
definitely not
Half the
easy.
people that
You
do
got to
music
grind.
think that they think, oh, I'm
You
gonna
got to
make this
grind.
song, I'm gonna put it on the internet, and everybody's gonna love it. That's not how this shit works, man. Like it doesn't. You gotta pay these motherfuckers. Like you could have the best song in the world. If you don't pay the right person, your song will never get heard.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's like flat out. That's exactly how
Yeah,
it
if
works.
you don't
If
have
you
the
don't pay, if
resources,
you're not going
yeah,
through
you ain't got the
the direct
resources,
channels
it's a wrap.
that they want you
Yeah.
to go through, your shit won't see the light of day.
Right.
It don't matter how good you are. Like it doesn't. Like that's why music is in the state it is. That's why there's a lot of trash ass music because it doesn't matter. They all they care about is if you gonna make the money and do what the fuck they say to do.
But still bring it
Period.
back like dreaming, you know what I mean? Like always have a plan B too, plan B and C. That's been my outlook, you know what I mean? If something falls through because the universe ain't working properly for you at that moment in time, you got to have a plan B. Use that plan B for a minute, work that
Right.
avenue, and then it'll come back full circle with you. You know what I mean?
And I feel like if you're doing something you love, like my plan B is, you know, anything to do, like I said, I wanted at the beginning, I want to do public speaking. I want to be able to mentor. I want to be able to teach people. That's why I read so many books. And them books, man, I'm telling you, you get so much
keep that,
knowledge
yeah,
from
keep
them.
that
going,
It's
yeah.
unreal. Like
Definitely.
I got more knowledge from the books that I've read in the last year that I've ever got in my life
Right.
at
Right.
anything.
That's what I do. I
At
read, bro.
anything,
I
man.
stay reading on my
It's-
shit.
It's
Yeah.
just crazy. It's it'll open your eyes, man. It'll
Absolutely.
definitely open your eyes. But hey, you want to tell them that your next CD is all auto tune?
Yeah, we gonna do it. Fucking Jay Wayne in the big. Nah, fuck all that.
Yeah, no, we got a new album coming
There's
out.
some auto tune on there though.
It should be
Sorry.
dropped, man.
It ain't me though.
It ain't like
It's
that. It ain't like the Lil Wayne auto tune, all that shit.
No,
Crazy.
don't hate
But,
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne good. He
Hey,
good.
another thing I wanted to talk about. I was scrolling through. I think it was your Facebook, and are you a step parent?
I am, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
man,
I seen your thumbs up
want
on
to
that.
bring that. I want to bring that in a little bit, man. I don't think a lot of people understand, you know, like how hard it can be sometimes to be a step parent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even to bite your tongue, to do whatever,
It's rough.
not even with the kid, with whoever. And I think that, you know,
Hit him with a sack of
Hey,
oranges that don't leave bruises.
it is. And listen. I'm gonna put a shout out to
Suck up,
anybody that is a step parent that steps up and takes care
Oh,
of
shit.
anybody's kid because it's huge, man. A lot of
Yeah.
these kids out here,
It is.
like the people think that they need money or they need this. Like these kids just need love.
Yeah.
They just need to know
Need
that
the
you're
love.
there for
Yeah.
them.
Know that
Like,
somebody
it ain't-
got their back,
Yeah,
no
don't,
matter what.
Don't lie to them. Don't tell them you're gonna bring them something or do something for them, and don't do it. Your word. Like,
Don't make
kids-
nobody feel like a piece of shit for
Yeah.
making a mistake. Like everybody
But
does.
it's rough for the kids
Like,
too.
it's
It's
grown
just
people
the
who make
parents.
for the kids, and then
The kids don't know how to handle it either.
They
They're
don't.
like-
and then somebody got to clean the mess
half of
up.
us adults
Yeah.
don't know how to
Yeah.
handle that. Like seriously, like real
You know.
shit. Like and that's what it be. Like you just don't chastise nobody for making no mistake.
I
That's
just
one
know
thing I
that
learned. You make a
if
mistake, you fuck up.
If you
can
taking
always
the
fix
jump
it.
to be with, you know, their mother, then you taking the kids on with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless of what it
Yeah,
is. I
no
know,
doubt.
like, my wife has had to go through a lot of struggle because of my daughter's mother, you know what I mean? And she's almost given up, quit a couple times. That'll drive a wedge between
Yeah.
you two, you know what I mean? But I know she's strong and diligent as well as, you know, I kept it in there as well, you know what I mean? Like the arguing and all that don't get nowhere. The egos, you got to throw them out the window straight up because you ain't going to get nowhere with that.
Hell
But
no.
the kids, you know, you got to kind of let them vent, see where they're coming from. And then eventually they'll be more compassionate to you to be like, you know what, he really does care. I've been telling this guy, you know, to go screw himself and this and that. Throwing shit at him, blah, 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 saying, you ain't my dad. I don't know how many times I heard that. You ain't my dad. You know what I mean? But I'll take the kids underneath my wing and call them my straight up.
Yeah.
You know,
Same here, man.
just
Same
like my
here.
daughter, yeah.
Same here, and you know what? Like a lot of times, like going back to like kids just need to be loved in. Like you ain't here to be their friend. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
you're not. We'll worry about
You
that
gotta-
later.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
parent them because I'll tell you what, like the way it is now, even from, you know, I'm not that old, but from when I was a kid until now, it's a different world. You got the internet. Like on my last podcast, Rick was
Yeah.
saying, he's like, shit, you tell the kids, you know, go outside and play, they look at you like, what I do wrong?
Like yeah, like what
they
do
think
I
I'm
do?
in trouble.
God,
You went on
yeah.
phone.
Like, that's it, man.
But see, I disagree a little bit because I believe you got to be your kid's friend. I'm a firm
do,
believer in
but
that.
to
But because
some
listen,
degree.
no, it ain't no degree. Because listen to me, we're all people. It don't matter. Like they're just smaller people, but they're people. Like we can't. That's that mentality that has been. Listen, this is the mentality that's been beaten into us our whole lives. Is that we feel like we can be like, don't do this. Do that.
Well, no,
you should do that. No, but that's what parenting. That's what they make it because, and then that's what draws a wedge. But that's what draws a wedge in between you.
But you let them know.
Listen, that's what draws a wedge in between you and your best friend because your kids are your best friends. That's you. Like they came out of the satchel, B. Like them niggas is you. Like they're gonna.
What I'm saying is you can't let them just run around and do whatever they want.
But that's what I'm saying. My best friends, like if you was fucking up, you my friend. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, Brent, what the fuck you doing?
That's where I'm
You
at.
see what I'm saying? So you do gotta be their friends because like my friends, I wouldn't just let you do nothing dumb.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna check you. Like I'm gonna check you for doing something.
But I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I know.
You know me. I just think I ain't into the discipline shit because that's what our problem is we always going there.
Discipline is just saying, hey.
Think of when somebody did it to you when you was little and somebody was like,
and then you hung yourself.
Don't you ever do that again.
I'm taking your phone. I'm taking your tablet. You are not allowed on the Xbox.
Yes.
And then that's when they're like, I hate you.
Yep.
And that is being a best friend is being like, oh, okay, I'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
My baby's mama is a best friend, and look where she's at.
Nah, that ain't it. That's different.
My daughter actually takes care of her.
I'm best friends with all my kids, and I'll have no trouble with my kids. My kids tell me everything. I don't have to I don't have to fish around for information. Seriously, like my kids. Like, listen, I'm different. I'm very different. If y'all seen how I raise my kids, it's very different, and you would not expect it. But my kids, like, it's love because I'm listen.
Tell them what time it is.
No, I don't. If they tell me something, all I can do is give my opinion and my advice. I can't make no person, whether they're a kid or an adult, do anything because it's not in my power. You understand? I can want it. I can want it bad, but I can't make you do something. And if I make you do something, you're gonna resent it because you're gonna be looking back at me like this motherfucker made me do this, and I didn't want to do it. Can't force nobody.
I ain't saying you can't.
That's what the police do to us.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I do.
That's what the government do to us.
But what I'm saying is, okay, like
you know what we talking about.
But listen, because hold on, because I want you to hear it because you'll understand it this way.
Right.
All right. You knew what my situation was. My parents, like I ain't saying my parents raised me wrong because they was great parents.
Right.
But they disciplined me and like I got good at hiding everything. You know what I'm saying? So hold on.
Thank you.
So I hit everything. So what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to do is not saying I'm trying to do it better than them because I love you, Mom. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do better, but I'm trying to do it different.
Right, exactly.
But at my same time, look at my fucked up past. So my kids seen that. Now my youngest ones, that's why I keep telling my son, I'm like, look, you gotta be a good example because all this shit that my little one's doing, like he's watching you and he's like you're gonna have him fucked up and in trouble. Like and then I gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like I'm just like everybody gotta be a good example. Even though I was a bad one. Like I need you to be a good one now. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
That's why I said I ain't taking nothing from my mom either. But even my mom and my grandmother has apologized to me because they weren't raised right. You know, it was all about.
No one is.
But I'm saying it was all about the power trip. It was all about, I'm older than you, you're a kid, this is what you're going to do.
No explanation.
No explanation, and be like, do it now. And you're like,
that shit whack as hell, man. That's whack as fuck.
But no, I dig what you saying. I do the same thing with my kids, my stepkids. You know, I give them that out as well as, you know, give them that comfort and then give them the disciplinary fact.
Like I got 10 kids and I only don't see one of my kids, and it's just because I'm black, basically. Like, but... you know what I'm saying? But seriously, that's like why? Like, and it's crazy.
No, you ain't supposed to beat them up and do the whole power trip and the control thing.
None of that shit, man.
But you just give them the choices, and then you tell them the consequences, and then if they choose that, then they have to deal with the consequences. See, so that's the discipline.
Right. And it goes back to what he said, just like how he said, because this is what I did.
But you're nice about it. You're not beating
no, listen, like when I was young, I didn't, I ain't whooping my kids. I ain't hitting my kids.
We don't do that, man. Yeah, we don't do that.
Kids ain't dogs. Like, I ain't fucking hitting my kids. That's crazy. But anyway, but what that does, though, is it does make you not tell your people shit. Like, there was times probably in your life when you should have went to your dad and been like, Dad, I fucked up. And like, you couldn't do it because you were so scared that he was going to chastise you and make you feel like shit. Yeah. Like, that's why I don't do that to my kids. Because fuck that. If you do some bad shit, I want to know. Because I'm going to help. If you killed somebody, we're going to be hiding the body. Yeah. Like,
No,
we ain't
cut
telling
that.
nobody. Yeah, no. We hiding the body. Fuck
Cut that shit.
We gonna be hiding that body.
about
I
to
don't
go
fuck.
time out
I ain't
right
turning-
now.
I ain't turning my kids in. We hiding the body. Fuck, just let me know first.
Hey, you know what's crazy is I watched a First 48. I think it was I don't know, one of them crime shows, and
Right.
it's where the lady pulls up cold case, some cold case. I forget the lady's name. I like watching them though, but
Right.
she goes and she's trying to figure out who killed this dude or somebody. Nah, she goes to the mom. And the mom is like, do your job, like, you know what I mean, knows
Right.
the whole spill. And she's like, I won't give my kid up either. I can't blame her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
That's
how
real
it should
shit.
be. That's
My
how it
mom never
definitely
gave
should
me
be.
up. Police came
Mine
looking
neither.
for me a lot.
My mom
Yes.
gave me up every time.
I
mom never-
bring garbage
my mom
bags
never
in.
gave
My
me
mom be
up.
like, don't tell me what's in that, because I'll have to say something. As long as you don't
Yeah.
tell me, I ain't got to say
Right.
shit. I'm like, okay.
And
Yeah.
that's another thing too. I never tell my mom my location. So when they knocked on the door, she really didn't know where I was at, but she wouldn't tell them anything. Hey, she wouldn't even give them this. She'd be like,
My
I don't
mom
know.
never
Like,
did it. Shout out, Mom.
And then she called me like, boy, you know they's here again. Like, like damn, like my bad.
Hey, shout out to my pilot. You know what I mean? I told him I'd throw a shout out.
Oh,
to
shout
him.
out
Big
pilot.
Jeff.
Who?
Big Jeff.
A pilot?
Yeah.
What?
I work on a boat. We're gonna.
Oh, that's right.
He was like, man, say something about me.
Oh,
while
see,
you're
I
on
thought
that."
they was
Yeah.
called captains. I didn't know they called people that do ships pilots.
Yeah, he's driving that, navigating,
Okay,
baby,
yeah.
navigating.
That gotta be crazy on that
You
water.
know what,
huh?
man? Hey, last night was
That
funny
gotta be
just
crazy.
because we had another boat that had just brought us some loads, and I was the only one laughing. Like, this is shit I'm talking about. I need somebody on there I got fun with, because they're talking, and the captain's talking to the other pilot's talking to the other pilot. He's like, you think I can fit in the hole right there? And he's talking about the slide in the hole and shit, right? So I go right on. I'm like, well, we're about to go deep up in the hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going on, and
Nobody's catching
well,
it.
when you, I'm like, we're rubbing the side, and I'm saying it all fucked up, and
that
it got to
sound
the
like
point where I
suspect
couldn't even
shit.
say it. I'm laughing so hard, and the pilot's like, Brett, what was you laughing for?
Right.
And I was
He
like,
was serious.
man, you didn't get none of that shit. I was just saying.
The whole time he's thinking like, yeah, rub the sides.
Yeah.
Hey, that's that construction site lingo right there.
That's some funny shit.
But, hey, you know, I almost went to the coal mine. Thank you, God, that I didn't go.
I almost
always
did
scared
too.
of that
I'm telling
shit.
you, you
I
know
was
what? It
doing
wasn't about being
everything.
scared. It was like there was once again. I
I'm
want to
not
make
even
some
talking about
money.
scared of going underground.
Fuck that
I was
money.
scared to spend $200-300 on something that wasn't sure. Like, I was going in there
Oh,
taking
that test.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pay that
test.
money and then fail that test and don't get the job. I burnt that whole shit down.
Yeah, you know what?
My
I
money
took
back.
it. I ended up taking it and then failed the drug test when I took it
Damn.
the first time. But hey, shout out to my PO. I don't want no problems. You see him out here doing
He good.
nothing for you.
Good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want no problem.
God, no, man, I don't want no problems. I gave you my pay
want no
stubs. I
smoke.
gave
You know what I'm
everything you
saying?
need.
Hey,
bro.
I'll tell you what, this is the greatest I've seen you, man. I love it. Like,
I'm
for
telling you,
real.
man, I'm happy, man.
You're doing great, man.
I'm happy
Like,
doing my
for
thing,
real.
and if it wasn't for people like y'all, I'm telling you, we're about to
Hey.
go to the top. I'm telling you,
We're going to the top,
We
man.
got, and another thing,
Going to
man.
the top.
Another thing is I want to let everybody that's out there, like this, my friends or whatever, like don't think I don't fuck with you ever. I fuck with everybody. I love everybody, but like sometimes I'm on just a different path than you're on, and like sometimes if I'm driving, I gotta keep driving. If y'all understand what I'm
Right.
saying,
Can't
I
associate with that. Can't stop and
there's
associate with
no
that.
because like you feed off everybody's energy,
Right.
And I
Right.
gotta feed off positive, good energy because
Yeah, we
I'm
need that.
gonna tell you, I'm the type that right when I catch that negative energy. Like you don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm already.
Your mind's
what I mean?
already-
Yeah,
yeah.
like I'm thinking
all
like,
I'm
all right,
at.
well I can flip this, I can do this, I can do that. Shit, that's a come up.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, I'm back behind
created
bars.
a monster. Like, yeah, man.
So I don't want to do that, man. It's all
No.
positive from here on out. It's all
It's learning to go without, man. That's what it is. And all I do is revert back to being locked up. Because when you in there, you ain't got shit.
You ain't got nothing. You
So
ain't-
so I think about that when I get to getting stupid. I do it outside. I lock myself up out here. I just shut everything down. I make myself be locked up but free still. You know what I'm saying? I'll do my own time. I ain't letting nobody else lock me up.
No, that's
I
the
just
way
do
to
it
do it,
myself.
yeah.
The
You know what I'm
thing is,
saying? I just
cut
stop.
yourself
Yeah.
off.
But you
Yeah,
ain't never really
that's it.
broke. Like I found one thing, at least lately, I ain't never been broke because like y'all's money to me. Like not like physically, but like you guys, it's
No, it's
like
value.
this is where
It's
it's
a
at.
different type of
This
value.
shit right
I
here
always
is
get what
where
I
it's
need,
at.
man.
Kicking it
And
with
that's
your
the thing.
homies. and
This is
like
value,
having,
yeah.
hell yeah, like
I'm
you
with
don't,
that, yeah.
you don't need nothing else.
That's
Like,
my
Yeah, like I
analogy.
might not get
That's my
everything I
analogy.
want, but I absolutely get every single thing I need without asking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Right.
why. Like that's why I'm like I'll be happy, man. Like it
What
took
you
me
want ain't
years
necessarily
to be
what you
able to
need.
wake up and be
Yeah.
happy. Like
I
like
mean,
back
you
in the
might
day when
not
I
even
had
know you
bread,
want it.
when I had bread, I had dough, I had chicks laying around. I was unhappy. I woke up
Yeah.
pissed and wanted to do drugs immediately. With all that stuff, you'll wake up and be like, "This is stupid."
because that's like that's your
It's like,
thing.
yeah. And that's it. Like that's when I realized I was really happy is when I didn't need none of that shit. When I just wake up and I'm like, man, I don't even
Hey,
need
was there
none of
like
that.
a was there like a reason? Was there like a time that like I was asking him like a moment that you, what like was it when you went to prison or was it like can we talk about that a
I
little?
mean,
like, when you
prison
got,
did
like,
it. I mean, the prison got my head straight, but I still was fucking up when I got out of prison. You know what I mean? I still was doing my thing and shit. I was just moving a little smarter. That's all. But I didn't go back. Like so. but it took me on my own to just see. Like to me, it was watching all my people I love, like people that I loved. It was like I love, and I'm like. I'm helping fuck them up. Like I'm serving these motherfuckers,
Yeah.
and every time I come back and see them, they're looking worse.
Death Note.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit was bothering
Straight
me.
up,
Like, and
yeah.
these are people I fucking love. Like, and I'm
And
like,
when you
what
think
the
about
fuck?
it,
Like,
when
I'm
you
killing
think
this
about it-
nigga, man. Like, what the fuck?
That's what it
and
came
that
to
put
me.
you and it put
Yeah.
it put you in that like I was just saying like it put you in that group of people that I'm on a different road now. Like I
Yeah.
can't. I'm sorry. Like I still love y'all, but I'm on a different fucking road.
It's like before that time, I
It's
wasn't.
not you're
I
better
wasn't.
than them as a
No,
human being.
absolutely
Look,
not.
You're just
before that
doing
time, I
better
wasn't
in
aware
life.
of the
Yes.
damage I was
Making
doing.
better choices.
And I'm willing
Yes.
to. I'm willing to put my hand out and try to walk with you for a minute.
Right.
But I'm only walking with you for a minute.
No.
After that, you got to fucking do your own
Yes.
shit.
Most won't do it. though.
Like
They
I've
don't
tried
take
with
that
so
reach.
many people. I've tried with so many people,
Yeah.
and you know even like this shit I'm doing now. How many phone calls I've got or messages that people's like, Brent, like I just started getting off the drugs, and I just in 2 weeks ago when I started watching your shit,
Right.
like you've really empowered me to do this, and this is
That's
real talk. This is what
dope.
people's
That's dope.
telling me,
Yeah.
and that's what
That
got
shit-
me
that-
like I'm like
that
yeah,
shit
this is
don't
my
feel
shit.
like-
This is where my shit's
Yeah.
at. This is
Purpose.
it right here.
Yeah, you got a
And
purpose
it's
right now.
just like I don't know, just keep moving with it. Like I said, I'm not gonna stop, and I'm gonna keep trying to help as many people as I can help, and I'm gonna have fun doing it.
Well, we right there with you, man. That's actually what drives us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the conscious, rap and what we put in our rhymes is try to wake people up. You know, a lot of people in the mainstream music right now is putting people to sleep. Just making them zombified.
Either that or making them do it, be fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like we gotta wake everybody up, man. I mean, but we ran our ships is running in the same line.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
man.
We want to help save people. If we could do that, we feel like we waking up the next day. It's like, all right, let's put another year under the belt. If we save one or
Right.
two people with this, man, it's worth doing.
yeah,
It's
that's what I
definitely
told my
worth
mom.
doing.
You know, my mom told me. I asked her because I was like, I made my first thing with Rick,
Right.
and I thought it was fire. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like I sent it. I was quick to like send it to my mom. Like,
Right.
Like I wanted blessed. Like you tell me
Right.
you like it or you don't, and I ain't get no response. It's all fucking day. So I'm finally like, I get to work. And I text her. I'm like, man, you fucking watch my shit.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just
What's
tell
up,
me.
Mom?
And her answer was, it hurts my heart to hear the stories because I was talking about getting unemployment shit. And I told her, I said, Mom, I said, you know what? I said, but if I save one person's life or even make them think the fucking change,
Yeah.
Yes.
then I'm doing big things. And you know
Yes.
what? It's crazy.
Just
what
like your
I've
homie
been able
calling
to
you
do.
a couple weeks
What's
ago,
dope?
telling you.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's dope is that you're here to tell it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are not. You
Absolutely.
understand what I'm saying? Like that's shit, man.
And man, anybody out there that's on that heroin, come on, man. Like that shit's killing everybody. Stop it.
Yeah.
Fucking stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
all
I
these
got
drugs,
that.
they done fucked the drug game
Yeah,
up. That's
they
another
insane.
thing they mixing drugs in that don't even mix with the right drug. They put fentanyl in everything,
Yeah,
like
well,
it's
that
fucking,
fatty-
like it's
that
Lawry's.
fatty
Yeah,
is-
they like that shit's Lawry's seasoning salt. They just get out weed, they just put some fentanyl in it. I was like, damn, they putting fatty in everything. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this drug?
Yeah.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't
Gotta
like
get
that
that
shit.
weed.
Yeah, that's another thing that steered me away from it. Like I seen too many people die from shit that I've done a million times. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
this motherfucker did it one time and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my this.
Yo,
my,
we gonna say-
it's time for me to exit.
Yo,
you know what I'm
shout
saying?
out Billy Blaze, man, and the
Yeah,
holistic
absolutely.
cloud.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
man.
we're about
Doing
to
your
have him
thing,
here.
bruh.
We're gonna have him here soon. I can't wait to have you. We're gonna talk about the you running for city council, you and Rick,
Yeah.
and Like
No,
right
no, no.
after that, y'all's about to win. I mean, that's just how it's supposed to go
Absolutely.
down. Listen, you're
Absolutely.
doing so much for the community. You and Rick, y'all both do a lot for
Right.
the community.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like he just did. Salute, hats off to you. I would take it off. I got my headphones on. Be a whole hassle with shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
no doubt.
man.
Yeah, Smitty, man, he doing his thing. Like I said, like me and Smitty go way back. Like I know Smitty very well, and that dude is the same dude. He always been on his grind like that.
Yeah, he's
he's
a good
always
ass
been
dude.
like a selfless person.
Absolutely
Like he's helped
good
me more
dude.
times. Shit, I can't even always. That's why I always got his back no matter what too. Like he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the people that I like to keep around me, man. Like
Well, and you know,
like,
it's
for real.
almost for a second, it was almost like foreign to me to see people with their hand out, like, and then I had to understand where I came from and where I'm at, because
Right.
where I came from, you don't do that shit.
Right,
Because
yeah.
you told me all the time, like,
Yeah.
you're always too nice. Because that's what I always did. I always did it in the wrong times. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll do anything for I help you. I do this.
Right.
And then before you know it, I'm either in jail or they got me beat up. And I'm like, man, like, I just did all this for you.
Right.
And this is
And
how
they
you
don't
do
care.
me.
and they'll turn their back right on you.
Yeah.
Like, whoa,
Yep.
Brent, who?
Yep, that's what they
Yeah.
did. That's what they did. And now, like, I understand, like, I can do that again, but I'm doing it the right way this time. So,
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, that's another thing too. Like, even changing your aspect in life, you're thinking, well, if I chill with these cats, I'm doing the right thing. I really ain't around them that much, but I'm in the same place. That doesn't matter. Their energy, you gonna get caught up in it too.
Right.
And
You
I
are.
had to learn that.
You are, man.
You know, I thought I was doing my thing with them. I was like, yeah, you guys do your thing, but we can still chill and
Yeah,
kick
but you
it.
can't, man.
Shit.
You can't.
Nah.
You can't. I
It's
didn't
two
believe it.
different things,
You know
like,
what?
yeah.
My dad, that's one thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just
my
talking.
dad used to always tell me, he used to always say, they ain't your friends. They ain't your friends. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I just, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? These are my boys. And they was never my friends, ever.
Ain't that a bitch? You hate that too. Like, yeah, look at your dad. Like, yeah.
That's
yeah,
why I hate
man,
using the
like,
word.
you fucking
I hate
right,
using the
like,
word
man.
friends now. Friends to me is associates. I knew a bunch of people
Yeah.
in high school that we was friends, kicking in
Right.
the commons, you know, at lunchtime, shit like that. Well, you just associates, man.
I
Now it
fuck
comes
with-
from all the way being family.
fuck with
Like
family,
he
that's
ain't
it.
no fan.
It's
He ain't no
all
friend to
family.
me.
Yes, it's
He's
family,
family.
right.
Obviously, you family now too.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
what it is.
Listen, that's what
and
it
that's who
is.
you keep in your circle. Robert De Niro, what's popping? Circle.
This motherfucker's stupid.
Circle of trust.
Hey, listen. Me and Blue over here used to live in an apartment up in Columbus. That shit.
Oh man, that's when I was
Yeah.
on the run. Yeah,
Listen, man,
up there.
we stayed up there. We had a little Habib store. It was a drive-through. He'd front us liquor. We do whatever, and then shout out to whoever you was downstairs. You used to cook us food, but you was fucking weird.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait, Wes,
Nice couches.
Wes, listen, wait a minute. No, this shit was mad weird. Be like, I swear, niggas like we listen. I was in. I ain't gonna front. I was peeping around and shit. Like I seen, nigga live by himself. This dude, listen,
crazy.
he's a statey. The motherfucker was bald and had no facial hair or nothing. That creeped me out already. And then, but then we like was peeking around. I seen some like dresses and shit in there, some strange
Uh-huh.
shit. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
weird.
And he'd
then the
always
motherfucker
invite
always-
us to dinner and cook us dinner.
Listen.
We was hungry. We was broke. You know what I mean?
He had
We
an
was up there
Xbox.
struggling.
He had the Xbox
lying
and
like
everything.
that.
G, listen, I'm
Looking
on the
around.
run. I'm on the run from down here. So he
Hanging out with the
like this.
police.
I made stew if you guys want to come down. So we down there, we eating cookies and shit.
Clarence
Playing
said,
Xbox.
"No, I'ma stay right
We
up
start
here."
looking at each other like, man, it's kind of weird. Like, why this motherfucker got all these baked goods in here and shit like by himself?
Oh.
Keep inviting us down there.
Hansel and Gretel.
Like, no, it was to the point
Hansel
that like
and
Cat would be like, yo, I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all good. I'm thinking like, really?
Two. Yeah, it's
Like, yeah. This is
It's like, you gonna eat one of them cookies soon, pass out,
Sleep.
be in the stove somewhere all chopped up.
Bill Cosby real
Dexter.
quick. Yo, I forgot. That is so funny. I forgot about that, man. Yeah, that was. Remember when we went to go and get them jobs, like kind of thing? It was like you signed up to work.
Yeah,
Remember I failed and you passed it on. We had to fail. You had to do a little test. I was so mad because I'm like, oh, I'm good. It's like Brent ain't
You
getting
failed
it.
it?
They came back like Brent, you start tomorrow. I'm sitting there like.
I had to be nice. I cheated.
No,
yeah,
I'm in there answering all like correctly and shit. Yeah, they probably thought I was a psychopath the way I
You
was
was
answering
like,
the questions.
A, C, B,
No, I mean like I was answering like really like they'd be like Like, how do you feel about coming to work? I was like, yeah, man, sometimes. Like, you know,
Yeah, no wonder.
like I filled it out. I filled it out shitty as fuck. I was
Way
so
too
mad
long.
though, because when he got it, I was pissed because I swore I was in there. Like, I'm
Well, and
good.
that's what he's always worried because he
Oh,
only has
shit.
so many options. He's on the run. You know what
Right,
I mean?
I couldn't do
Put
shit.
your name
Yeah.
on much. You know what I mean?
I had to get that day-to-day work. I couldn't even apply for a real job.
Oh, you was a definite Mexican.
Oh yeah, real life.
Illegal immigrants on them, Bob.
That was, yo, that shit was crazy. I had the
Hey,
name and everything.
we made it work though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like times like that,
Man, we
but you
had
know
fun.
what?
We ain't had shit really. We had some fun up that motherfucker. We was kicking it.
Well, and you know what, man? That's like a lot of the times, man. Like some of my best times was either broke. Like I don't ever want to go back to jail, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I did in the county 3 consecutive different years. You know what I mean? A year at a time. So,
Right.
so me sitting in
Right.
there and to be honest, man, there was sometimes like my dude told me, he's like, man, I ain't never laughed as hard as I laughed when we was in
Right.
there. Just
Yeah.
you doing the shit you do, and I just make the best out the situation.
Right.
And listen, man, it was like everybody was clean, happy, and it's like now,
It's
like
grounded.
when I look at it now, I just look at it like I'm doing the same fucking thing right now.
Yeah.
I just
you
didn't
right
understand. I couldn't comprehend and like
Right.
I couldn't put the play down. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? I always felt like I had to run and I had to prove myself and I had to do this and I had to do that. Man, I ain't proving shit no more.
Right.
You can do
Right.
whatever you want. I ain't
Right.
got to prove nothing.
No.
I'm Brant.
But like you
I'm
said,
out fuck here and I ain't
don't.
going nowhere.
Slow and steady, man.
Yeah.
See, that's our problem is we always feel like we need to have it now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yo, I can make 1,000 right now in this week, opposed to, you know, making 1,000 in 2 hours. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It's
right,
like, oh,
right.
dump that job. I ain't
Right.
doing that. Shout out to my man that's still in jail, just fucked up again because of that same mentality. Yo, I love you, D, but what the fuck?
Shout out, yeah, get your ass
What up,
home,
word?
man. Come on home, B.
Yo.
Come on, man.
But
Get up out of
anyway,
there.
that's the point, man. I like it too, man. We just sit steady, let it marinate, you know, plant a seed, let that baby grow, you know?
Yeah, and before you know, man, you're meeting people that you never in life thought you was gonna meet.
No.
That's true, too. That's true.
Because I'm gonna
too.
tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Joe Rogan, I'm coming. I'm telling you.
Joe!
I don't play,
coming.
man. That's like
No,
my
that's
goal.
dope.
I didn't
Yeah,
want to
I like
go
Joe
too
Rogan.
out
Rogan
with it.
that shit,
and
man.
I think that's my goal is to be
Yeah.
sitting right across from Joe Rogan talking shit, man. Like and telling him my story and you know what I mean. Nothing but up from here, like I said.
Right.
Yeah.
We gonna
That's
get there.
it.
We gonna do that.
Nah,
That's
we
it.
going
It's
up.
to keep
We going
going,
up.
man.
Speaking
That's
about
it.
going up, shout out to our people in McKeesport, PA.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Billy Rossi,
The
Big
League,
Just,
League of
The
Extraordinary
League.
Gentlemen.
Tonic Studios. Yo,
Yeah, I can't wait to meet y'all for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
y'all
a lot
gotta
of
check
talents,
this shit
man.
out.
The team is
Big-
definitely
Big
getting
Josh killing it.
stronger, man. That's what I love. It's all moving. We meeting great people.
yeah, they
too.
great people too, man.
Like people that got the
Absolutely.
same mentality. Like, and it's hard to find doing music because a lot of these people's assholes. Everybody's ass is on their shoulders, man. Everybody
Right.
think they the shit. You know what I'm saying?
they're the shit.
For
Now,
real,
it's
yeah.
not for money. I mean, it's
ain't none of these
probably
motherfuckers nothing. Like, it's crazy. Like, people crazy, man. It is. It's crazy.
But see, the thing is, like, most people don't know how to handle power anyway. The
They
position,
don't.
the position of
A
power.
lot of people don't know how to.
Yeah, if you
know-
got it,
Well, you know what, man? Like, what really opened my eyes is when I read the 48 Laws of Power, and I could understand what power is and how to use it. And then, like, I read all 50 Cent books. If shout out 50 Cent, you're a fucking genius. That's why
He
he's
is,
where he's
though.
at. And
Absolutely.
then another one,
He's
Master
grinding.
P. Master P got a good book.
Oh, yeah.
Genius, guaranteed success, and if you follow it, it's a great book.
Right.
It'll fucking do it. There's just everything I read is powerful. If I can't learn
Should
something,
be.
I ain't
It should
fucking
be.
reading
Right.
it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Way up
It's
here,
all
yeah.
David Goggins, like there's just so much powerful shit that I've read and learned, and it's made me able to sit back in my seat and slow and steady, like you said. Like I
Right.
couldn't have done that
Yeah.
without reading all these books and like fucking up. Like I said,
Staying in line.
I would if I could tie. There's a couple things I take back in my life, but to be honest with you, I like where I'm at and I like who I am.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
feel that
like,
too.
Like, I'm
Listen,
definitely
you
do.
have to some point in your life be a fool in order to know what the fuck that is. If you ain't never been a fool, you won't know what the fuck a fool
can't teach a
is.
fool anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know a motherfucker that's full of shit unless you've been full of shit.
Yeah.
Seriously, like for real, like
Yeah.
you can spot a liar a mile away. Like motherfucker, like this motherfucker lying.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you know what?
I did that
I know,
same
'cause
thing
I did
before.
it.
Like,
Yeah, I did
If you
that
ain't never
shit.
did it, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for you in life. So you
Well-
got mistakes aren't bad. It's just the mistakes you can't come from are the bad ones.
Well,
But it's not bad to make a mistake. You need a mistake to learn.
Well, I went to church even a couple weeks ago, and they was saying something about like Jesus coming back and everything being perfect, and like I argue about everything. Like I go because like I think it's a good thing to
You
do.
can learn.
I do.
You
Like
can learn from that
and the
too.
Bible
It's
is
good
really
morals.
it's
Real
a good book
morals.
to learn
Yeah.
a lot of shit from too.
Bestseller.
Yeah, but I go in and they're talking about all like when it comes back everything being perfect, and I'm like, well, if everything's perfect, then like everybody be miserable. Because there got to be bad to have good.
But
You see what I'm
who
saying?
even knows what perfect is? That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm saying,
We're so
but-
far removed, we don't know what
Yeah,
that
but
is.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You gotta
I know
have
exactly what
fucked
you're
up
saying.
shit to
Yes.
have. You gotta be
Yes.
sad to be happy. Like if not, you don't know
Yes.
how happy is. You know
But that's
what I mean?
just them trying to explain the end of the politics of it. They have to give you an end for you to go home and to feel like you have gained the ultimate like conversation in your life. Like, you know, I'm gonna be able to read this whole book and my life is gonna be saved. That's a lie. It's not. Well, maybe
I am on the church.
I mean, it's
a
good to do the
business.
church.
It's a business.
Yes,
but it is a
Period.
business.
It's a business. Unless it's somebody in a shack with holy clothes on
Yo.
and beat up shoes, I'll trust that nigga with
Yeah.
my faith.
Yeah,
I don't trust
I do
nobody that
agree.
got a nice car or a suit because it's a business.
I mean,
to
I
me.
believe in the
I don't
universe.
care who it is.
You believe in the
If
universe.
they living like that
You
and
know what I
they
mean? You
and they
believe
call
in the
themselves
universe, the good
being
side.
a church person, none of that adds up. You can't have money and be a church person because
Well, you-
that shit don't fit. Like
Oh,
a
you
person
can't.
that has that faith will be giving
But
that
yo,
money
we're
back.
gonna
They wouldn't
clarify
give- they wouldn't
something
take it
right
for
now.
themselves.
Like the church ain't the building. The church is what we doing right here. This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
church.
And you know what?
Well,
When
you
hey,
know,
I was just gonna say,
church
you know,
is also Latin
hey,
for the word bank.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Hey, you know
too.
what they
That's
asked
correct.
me? They
That's
asked
correct
me
too.
a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I'm gonna fucking ask myself it again. They said, "What do you believe?" And my answer is gonna be the same as it was then. I believe that I'm where I'm supposed to fucking be.
Right,
You see what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I believe like everything's working out how it's supposed to work out.
That's
I
right, that's
believe
right.
that I'm here to show my kids what
Yeah.
the fuck is supposed to be.
Right,
Not
right,
what it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
right.
I'm here to take them
Right.
to the top. I'm here to love my friends. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I ain't here for nobody else.
And see,
You know
that's
what
why I
mean?
love like you can talk about the word, you'll talk about Jesus, like, like that and then morals is a good standpoint to follow for your kids or a relationship, any type of relationship with your wife, relationship with your friend, your homie, your brother, that's a good avenue to be on when you talk about that, because he never really talked too much about the money in general. He was like, cast that aside. It was always like he poor, but this is the morals of it. But he always had the Pharisees and the scribes always saying, well, that's not religious and that's not how we do it, and it's you ain't got enough money. And they always thought he was going to be somebody rich coming into the world to save them. They was always looking for somebody powerful and rich. It was always like that. That's the only reason why I believe, you know what I'm saying? That, I mean, the whole concept in Jesus being the Messiah or Jesus just being a prophet, that's it. That's all it comes down to. The oldest religions on the planet, from the Christianity all the way to the Hebrews, that's what they battle about still to this day overseas. It's
You're
just that.
knowledgeable as fuck. I don't listen.
That's what I mean. I
I try-
believe, but I just don't. I know that a lot of lies
There
is
is.
in everything. Like our whole reality is
Yeah,
fucking
Constantine,
diluted. And it
I
don't
forget,
matter from the time that
there
we
was a
that we go
400
to kindergarten. They are lying to us
Yeah.
immediately that fast, and we don't know it like until you get like. But yeah, they're lying to us from
I
then.
didn't understand
from right
until
till
just
then.
recently. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
look at me. I was like, look where I was at.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
figure it out finally on my own.
Yeah, he was just blinded, had the blinders on.
But
and
it's not
shit.
even a blind. Like you're
Right.
directed to the wrong shit.
Right.
See, like I said,
I wasn't
I believe in
right.
greater things than me, but I just don't know what to call it. I don't know what it is,
That's
and
the
I'm
thing.
not even going to claim it that I do, and I'm not going to
That's
claim
the
that
thing.
any of those are right because they're probably all lying. Seriously, because
Right.
that's what these motherfuckers do to us. They lie to us and make us fight amongst each other while
Right.
they just sit back
That's
and
it.
laugh.
That's
like,
it.
look at these dumbasses.
That's
They're
like
out here
Republicans and Democrats.
Catholic, Muslim.
Yeah.
They're like, look at these dumb motherfuckers.
Look,
we're out here
I'm
fighting
glad
to
you
death
said
for this
that.
shit.
I'm
Like,
glad you
for
said
real.
that, 'cause
Like,
you
I
wanna talk
believe,
about
but I don't know what it
denominations
is,
and
and
shit.
I ain't going to act like I do.
Like you
and
got the
nobody else
Baptists,
knows
you got the
either.
Lutheran, you got the Catholics, you know what I mean? You got all these different denominations, but there was only one Jesus.
Hey, you know what?
You want to talk about that? You know what I mean? And think about that.
You know what? Well, I asked him we was because I go to Bible study and shit. Like that's just my Sunday. I take my little boy.
Right,
Like
right.
we do our
Nothing
thing. I
wrong
take
with it.
breakfast, whatever. Like I sign up for the breakfast thing. I'll make breakfast where we're sitting there and I get to thinking because I really don't know. Like I've been to a lot of Bible studies. I've been to church a lot, but I really don't know. Like I never really read the book. I just heard it preached. Like and never. I don't know if I really listened a lot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know, like, you know, I mean, I always go, well, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, because it's a Christian church, and I said, well, so what does that mean? Like, does everybody have the same God, or is it like, so are these like, is all the books kind of a spinoff of one book? I mean, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are these, if like, they got to be lies, because how the fuck you get all these
They
different
are, and
ones?
that's
Truth is only one
There
thing.
can only be
There can
one.
only be
That's
one
what I've
thing.
always told anybody.
And
Is the
I
truth
didn't
is
know
only
until
one
this
thing.
last
Yeah.
week, though.
Like,
Well, look,
I
back
asked
in the
him.
day, what happened is after Jesus died, you talk about like 400 years later. Now, mind you, the new books there was only one in there. That was Peter and Paul. That was it. Paul never even met Jesus. He just seen the apparition of Jesus on the road to Damascus. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is you only had Peter, who was actually with Jesus. So you have all these other authors in this book, and they didn't write those until over 100 years later.
Right,
That the
right.
Bible was actually put together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Old Testament, that's why the Middle Easterns, you got the Americans over here telling, oh, they're wrong. Well, over there, they're pissed off at us about the beliefs. Why? Because they got the old text. But then at the same time, like Constantine, like 400-something years later, he adopted the text. So basically, it was just like a manipulation to manifest a God to give somebody to believe in. So
Right.
he can enforce his power. So then that's hence in the birth of the Catholic world.
How you know all this?
Here's some
Reading,
crazy
bro.
thing. Listen,
Yeah,
this is what I just found out today is the Darwin
Crazy.
dude. Did you know that Darwin, I didn't know this. I just found this out today.
Darwinism, yeah.
Did you know that them motherfuckers didn't do nothing? It was some dude named William something that did all the work. They just funded it. So Darwinism,
Ain't
the
that some shit?
Darwins were not scientists or nothing.
Yeah.
They was just rich people. And
Now, mind
we
you, for the
follow
people,
Darwinism like that's a real thing. And that
What is it?
dude,
Because you're
Tell
getting-
them.
Darwinism is like the
belief in evolution.
evolution. The
Okay,
monkey
okay,
to
okay,
man.
got it.
That
Yeah.
fucking goofy ass shit. How the fuck monkeys just going to
Which
stop?
that's a lie
How's monkeys
also.
going to stop evolving? That's the whole reason of that. So we like
look
we
at
evolved
it
from
now.
monkeys and then just stopped.
Hey, you know
and
what
there's
the-
still monkeys
you
here.
know what- yeah.
There's still
Those
monkeys here.
monkeys
That's
should
what
be
I found.
evolving into people
Yeah.
too. Like it's fucking stupid.
Hey,
as
let me
hell.
get weird real quick.
Believe that
So
bullshit.
do y'all like believe in any type of like are we the only species out here? Or is there other species?
Man, there's all kind of shit
Yeah,
out here.
so
There's shit out here that we
you
can
see what I'm
see and
saying?
that we can't see.
Yeah.
That's right
Hey,
here in
listen.
this room with us right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen. Hey, let
absolutely.
me hold on. Hey, you want to know the last time I had ate some mushrooms and they I'd probably be the last time I ate them just because it was fucking bad. But you know what though? listen, I ate them and I learned so much from it because like what had happened, like I ended up in like a warped fucking like another time. So it was weird, man. It was weird. It was real.
Yeah.
I died in the trip for real. I died.
Listen.
Last
It was
time I
fucked
did
up.
shrooms,
and I think,
that's what I had
and
to
you
do,
know what's
bruh.
crazy though? But listen, ever since then, it was like I was reborn. And
Yes.
look at me thrive.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Listen.
saying? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I try to bring a positive out of anything, so that's the way I'm gonna
No,
look
that's
at it.
good. That's why
But-
you're a survivor,
but it was
man.
like I was reborn, man.
Yeah,
So
listen,
it's
that's the
time.
philosopher dude. His name was Terrence McKenna. Check him out. That's what he said. He always said that about when you do things like the mushrooms and things. He said you should actually do them to that scary point because that's when you're going to be enlightened. Like you're going to see what you need to see. When you do it, it's like doing it and you're scared not getting there. You're not really getting what you should be getting out of it because that shit's there for a reason. They've been doing that shit since way back. All them people in the Bible was eating shrooms. All them people, like that, it's been going on, and they did it for a reason because it
Well,
did
you
some
know
shit
what?
for you.
That's another thing that one of my buddies he'll be down on my podcast. He's out of town, but he microdoses.
Right,
And,
yeah.
He said that it's changed his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said it's changed him completely. Shout out to Schleppy. You need to get them workout videos going. I believe in you. I don't care who don't or who does. You need to be getting them. You see
Right,
me getting
right.
it. Get it with me. You know what I mean?
Get it.
You can join the family, man.
That's right.
do it.
That's right.
All right, well, hey, I'm gonna say thanks for having y'all here, man. I appreciate
no
y'all
doubt.
coming. I want to have y'all back. We're gonna go live
We
next
going,
time.
we going,
You know
son.
what I mean? Yeah,
I appreciate
but,
you, boy.
we ain't done. Y'all still gonna see some freestyles on here, but we out. Dream big.
That's right.
Love
Dream
life. Yeah, definitely dream big.
Calligraphy LLC.
LLC, Manny Device.
Manny Device in
Get your
here.
get your ass in here,
They
boy.
need to get on it.
Yeah, you got you a hoodie, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Let me
That's
get a
right.
shout out to Jules for
Jules. Yes,
the
my
design.
boo-boo, my boo-boo did this. That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
She came up with the design. And
Shout out to
everything.
my wife. I love you. Thank you for helping me. I can't wait to have this little girl.
Right,
I'm about
mine
to
as
have.
well, Jen. Love you to death. Wouldn't be nothing without you. 15 years going strong, still moving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout out Julie Burge too for doing the Bees Tees. Go check her out, the LLC. She got that, her own little printing shop and all
Right.
that. She be doing
Oh.
all this. My man about to jump on too. Yo, she does good work. You know what I
And
mean?
shout out to my sister. I know you ain't seen this
Courtney!
in a long time.
Courtney at? What's up, Courtney? Hey, yo, I ain't seen Courtney in years, man. Yeah, that's
Yo,
crazy.
shout out to the
yeah.
fan. We give him a mad shout out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out my little homie Nook, all them. You know what I'm saying? We out here, boss.
Shout out to the dirt under my
Little
feet.
pistol stolen.
All right, we out.
Peace. I got